Picture this. It's Thursday morning, February 5th, 2026. You wake up, pour a cup of coffee, and glance at the electronic board. Everything looks normal. Red numbers, green numbers, markets blinking like nothing happened. But that calm is an illusion. Because yesterday, Wednesday, the free silver market, as we knew it, stopped functioning. The prices you are seeing right now are not real. They are ghosts, legacy numbers produced by a system that no longer reflects physical reality. While you are casually drinking your coffee, bullion desks in London are scrambling to find 14.8 million ounces of silver they already promised to deliver, while Swiss vaults are reporting zero available inventory. Not low, not tight. Zero. Before you like this video or hit subscribe, don't do anything yet. Just listen. I haven't proven anything to you so far. If this information protects your portfolio, you can come back later. For now, clear the noise. Turn off the television, close the other tabs, and focus. What you're about to hear is not a prediction. It's a live report from the center of a market failure that cannot be reversed. And so I know I'm not speaking into the void. Leave a quick comment below. Where are you watching from? Let's see who's still awake for this. Now strip the emotion out of it and look at the structure. What happened Wednesday was not manipulation, and it was not a glitch. It was math catching up to fiction. For years, silver prices were controlled through algorithmic latency arbitrage. High-frequency trading systems used millisecond advantages to front-run large orders, flashing phantom supply to trigger stop-loss cascades. Paper silver flooded the market without ever existing. That system worked until February 4th, when a new buyer entered the market, not a speculator, not a hedge fund, a buyer who paid cash and demanded immediate physical settlement on a $100 million position. The algorithm executed its usual spoof and retreat playbook, but the buyer did not flinch. They absorbed everything. That is where the system broke. This wasn't a trade. It was a collision. The fines being discussed in the media are irrelevant. They are operational expenses for institutions that just lost control of price discovery. The real damage is happening in the physical supply chain. Look at Zurich. Swiss refineries are the lungs of the global silver market. They refine the metal that feeds European industry. When those vaults report zero inventory, that is not a shortage. It is a delivery default. When the quoted price is $86, but immediate delivery is impossible at any price, the price discovery mechanism has failed. The data from New York confirms it. February is a non-delivery month, yet nearly 3,000 delivery notices were issued in just 4 days. That represents almost 15 million ounces of silver removed from registered inventory. Statistically, this should not happen. The trade logs show these positions were opened and exercised almost simultaneously. This was not trading. It was a coordinated extraction of physical metal by entities using the rulebook itself. Now connect this to Washington. The announcement of a price floor for critical minerals was not political theater. It was an admission. By setting a floor, the government removed the downside for producers and eliminated the escape route for short sellers. In plain English, shorting silver just became financially suicidal. This is not a normal bull market. It is a forced repricing under national security policy. We have seen silver spikes before. In 1980, the Hunt brothers pushed prices higher using leverage and were crushed by margin rule changes. In 2011, banks flooded the market with paper contracts and drove prices down again. But 2026 is different. The buyers today are cash buyers with strategic intent. You cannot margin call someone who paid in full and took delivery. You cannot scare an industrial buyer with a lower paper price. If prices drop, they buy more. This coincides with a massive shift of capital from west to east. For decades, the West set the price, while the East accumulated the metal. That ended when China restricted silver exports. Silver stopped being a commodity and became a strategic asset. That is why Shanghai has been trading consistently above London. The gap is not closing because the metal is only flowing one way, out of Western vaults and into Eastern reserves. That is why the US government intervened. Every paper smash effectively subsidized foreign accumulation. The price floor is an emergency measure designed to stop the drain. This is not support for investors. It is capital control disguised as policy. Silver has been weaponized. Now look at the industrial reality. Solar energy mandates, military production, and artificial intelligence infrastructure all depend on silver. There is no substitute. Demand is price inelastic. When procurement managers call suppliers and are told the metal does not exist, production stops. A missing $50 worth of silver can halt a $50,000 product. That leverage is catastrophic. This is already happening off-market. Mining companies are being approached directly. 5-year offtake agreements are being signed at triple-digit prices paid up front. The futures market is being bypassed entirely. COMEX is becoming a market of leftovers. The public spot price is turning into a relic, while the real price exists only in private contracts. For the first time in decades, risk is asymmetric. If prices fall, governments step in. If prices rise, the upside remains uncapped. That window lasts only days, not months. You will see volatility and possibly one last paper smash designed to scare physical holders. If it happens, understand what it is. A going out of business sale. Turn off the ticker. Watch premiums, not screens. Never fight the entity with the printing press, and do not trade insurance while the house is on fire. The free market did not collapse loudly. It was quietly nationalized. You now know where the vaults stand, where the government stands, and how little time remains. Trust weight, not numbers. Stay sharp.